Is your space cluttered, messy, or dirty? Understanding the difference for better Feng Shui. One of the most important aspects of Feng Shui is to live with no clutter, and we define clutter as things that you either don't use or love. If it's something you use and love, it's not clutter. If you don't use it or don't love it, then it's clutter. Clutter and messes are not the same thing. A room can look chaotic, it can be very disorganized, but if it is full of things that you use and love, then it is not clutter. You are dealing with a messy room, but you are not dealing with a cluttered room. So in that case, your problem is not with clutter. Your problem is lack of organization. A place can be uncluttered and still be dirty. It can also be messy and dirty, or cluttered and dirty. These are all separate issues, and ideally, you should have a handle on all of them to have a home that is really harmonious and balanced. Set the goal to have a home that is, number one, uncluttered. That means that it's filled only with things that you use and love. Number two, tidy. Everything should have a place. Number three, organized. Your home should be set up according to systems that make sense to you and are easy to remember. And it ought to be clean. Surfaces should be free of grime and dust. Decluttering starts with a simple question. Do I use this? It is very easy to determine if an object is something you use by simply asking the question, have I used this in the last year? If the answer is yes, it's a thing that you use. If the answer is no, it's most likely a thing that you don't use. There are some exceptions. There may be some tools you keep in the home that you only use once in a blue moon. For example, a pump to inflate an air mattress that you might only use when several relatives visit your home. The second question to ask, and which is a harder question, is, do I love this? And why is this question so hard to answer? Because a lot of people don't even know what they like or what they love. In over 2 decades of doing Feng Shui, a lot of my students training to be Feng Shui consultants and a lot of my clients, they don't actually know what they love because they never stopped to think, what are the things I like or dislike, and what are the things I love and don't love? And this is the reason why a lot of homes stay cluttered, because a person cannot decide if they actually love something or not. You can't have good Feng Shui in a messy home. Good Feng Shui and a messy home are not things that cannot coexist. If your home is messy, but you only live with the things that you use and love, then you don't have a problem with clutter, because clutter is things that you don't use or love. But messes are still going to create some problems. For example, nobody loves getting up in the middle of the night and going from your bedroom to the kitchen and stepping on a Lego. That is very, very ouchy. That hurts. The more messes you have, the more likely you are to misplace things or get hurt. The risk for accidents increases when you have messes. A home can be tidy but not clean. That means everything is in its proper place, but the surfaces may be dusty, or you may not have mopped the floor. There may be something stuck to the top of a range. But let's be clear about this. Your cleanliness has nothing to do with your worth as a person. You might have been raised with the idea that cleanliness is next to godliness, but that's just an idea. The two things are not connected. You can be a good person with an unclean home, and you can be a really good person with a very clean home. However, having a dirty home may make you feel bad. You may feel bad that you live in an environment that is not clean. You may be upset to think that there could be more germs or that you could be attracting pests. You may feel embarrassed to invite people over. And if you're feeling bad about the lack of cleanliness in your home, you need to make a change. The purpose here is that you use Feng Shui to create a home that supports you instead of draining you. This is a good rule to live by if you want to have a home that is beautiful and harmonious. Never put anything on the floor that was not designed to be on the floor. If it wasn't made to sit on the floor, then it should be on a hook, on a shelf, inside a drawer, inside a cabinet, or on top of another piece of furniture. This makes cleaning so much easier. For example, I used to hate to vacuum. There were 2 reasons I hated to vacuum. One was I didn't like dealing with a cord. The vacuum was heavy. And then the other reason is that I had to pick up things from the floor in order to vacuum. But now we have a cordless, very powerful, lightweight vacuum, and we don't keep anything on the floor that is not supposed to be on the floor. So vacuuming is a breeze. And then for furniture that needs to be moved around so you can clean deeply, I have those pieces of furniture either on casters, gliders, or sliders, so they can be easily moved around for a deep clean. Do you want to learn the best way to stay on top of cleaning? Create rituals around it. People tell you need to create healthy habits, but habits require willpower and self-discipline, whereas a ritual is a setup where you connect or associate something that you don't like to do with something that you love to do. For example, when my children were little, we used to listen to funny audiobooks when we were putting away laundry. So then they wanted to do laundry. The energy you want to bring in to maintain your home is an energy of ease, joy, and meaning. Decluttering means that you only keep the things that you use and love. A mess is disorganization, but not necessarily clutter. Dirty is separate from tidy, and it's about cleanliness, but not moral value. Having a tidier, cleaner house doesn't make you a better person. Clean means that the surfaces in your home are free of dust, grime, or spills. And rituals are the key to keeping up with cleaning in a joyful way. When your home is uncluttered, tidy, and clean, it becomes a place that supports you instead of draining you. And this is the essence of good Feng Shui. To learn more, to meet like-minded people, or to join amazing discussions about how to turn your current home into a dream home, go to my profile, click on that link, and join the Feng Shui Friends community.